your English teacher, Iman Al-Jafari at Al Farouk Academy. As I told you in our previous lesson, the title of Unit 3 is Different Places. So in this unit, we are going to read a story about a girl whose name is Martine. So in our lesson today, we are going to read another part of the story and answer some questions. We are going also to define the meanings of some words and the phrases. And the last step in our lesson today, you are going to identify the main elements and events in the story. So again, what's the title of Unit 3? Excellent, it is Different Places. The type of that text that we are reading? Excellent, it is a story. What's the title or the name of this story? Excellent, The White Giraffe. The main character in this story is excellent Martine Allens. What happened to Martine Allens? Excellent, her parents died in a big fire. So what did she do? Excellent, she decided to travel from England to Africa to live with her grandmother. Where does her grandmother live? Excellent, in a game reserve. إذا جدتها عايشة في محمية للحيوانات. So, the setting of this story. Setting يعني هي المكان والزمان. The time, it was one rainy night. And the place in the game reserve. إذا أحداث القصة أو الشخصيات الثلاثة في القصة الرئيسية. حكينا مارتين, her grandma, you have Tindai, a zulu tracker. The setting of this story, the time, one rainy night, and the place in the game reserve. Okay, and we are going to read the text more and more to know the main events in this story. Okay? In our previous lesson, we read the first paragraph in this story. As I told you, the main character in this story, Martine Allens, traveled from England to Africa to live with her grandmother. Her grandmother owns or has a wildlife reserve. حكينا جدتها هي بتملك محمية للحيوانات وهي عايشة في هذا المكان. Then we knew another character in this story who is Tindai. Tindai is a Zulu tracker. زي ما حكيت لك هو مقتفي أثر من قبيلة اسمها الزلو. Works for her grandmother. Tindai told her of a rare white giraffe. إذا Tindai خبر جدتها عن حيوان نادر يحكى إنه موجود في المحمية. This rare animal is the white giraffe. هلا هذا الحيوان اللي هو the white giraffe. He has found its trap and he has followed them, but he has never been lucky enough to see the animal itself. إذا هو حاول يختفي أثر هذا الحيوان لكن لحد هلا تنداي ما تمكن من رؤية الحيوان. So when rainy night زي ما حكيت لك هذا time of the story وقت القصة صارت في ليلة ماطرة. Martine glimpses the giraffe. زي ما حكيت لك what do you mean by glimpse? Glimpse means to see something for a short time. يعني لمحت الوايت giraffe from her bedroom window. So what did she do? She decided to go into the reserve and find it. إذا هي قررت تعمل مغامرة خطيرة. الادفنشر اللي قررت تعملها اللي هي to go to the reserve and to find the white giraffe. Okay? And now let's start with the second paragraph to know more about Martine's trip to the game reserve. The air was perfume sweet with the scent of falling mangoes and gardenia blossoms. Martine set off blindly through the dripping trees in the general direction of the game park gate. The one useful thing she overheard during her investigations the previous week had been Tindai telling her grandmother the new code for the padlock. She made a point of committing the numbers to memory. When her hands touched the cold metal gate, she felt for the heavy chain that bound it and the lock that secured it. Only then did she switch on her torch and enter the numbers on the wood dial. The padlock clicked open. Martine stared down at it, unable to believe that it had been so easy. She realized that she'd been secretly hoping all along that something would happen to prevent her from going into the game reserve. She glanced over her shoulder, and once more the house stood in darkness. Whatever happened now, there was no turning back. So, in this paragraph, we knew that when Martine entered the game reserve, the air was perfumed sweet with the scent of falling mangoes and gardenia blossom. إذا كان الهواء معطر برائحة نبات المانجا والجاردينيا blossom. Martine set off blindly, which means Martine started her journey without thinking. يعني هي بلشت رحلتها بدون ما تفكر بالعواقب. So when she set off blindly through the living trees in the general direction of the game park gate, إذا هي توجهت إلى باب المحمية. The one useful thing she overheard during her investigation the previous week had been Tindai telling her grandmother the new code for the padlock. إذا في هذا السطر بيحكوا لك إنه مارتين سمعت أو تسمعت على تنداي لما أخبر جدتها بالنيو كود للبادلوك. خلينا نطلع الصورة. This is the padlock. Here we have some numbers. هاي الأرقام الموجودة في الصورة. هلا هاي الأرقام أنت لازم تدخل كود معين عشان الطفل يفتح معك. When Martine overheard Tindai, what do you mean by overheard? To hear what other people are saying without their knowledge. يعني أنت بتكون سمعت الناس شو حكوا بدون ما هم يعرفوا إنك سمعت. فاللي ساعد مارتين إنها تفتح البادلوك when she overheard Tindai telling her grandmother the new code for the padlock. She made a point of committing the numbers to memory. يعني هي حاولت تسترجع بذاكرتها النمبر اللي حكاه الأرقام اللي حكاهم تنداي لجدتها. When her hands touched the cold metal gate, يعني إيدها لمست البوابة كانت كثير باردة. Okay, which means that ارجع للtime of the story. It was one rainy night. يعني كان الجو بارد. She felt for the heavy chain. Chain يعني كان الباب محكم السيطرة أو محكم الإغلاق بالسلسلة. That bound it. إذا إيش كان مربوط الباب؟ الباب كان مربوط with a chain. Chain بمعنى سلاسل. Okay? Bound here. It is verb to from the verb bind. What do you mean by bind? Bind means excellent. To tie something. إذا bind اللي ماضيها bound معناها to tie something. So bound it and the lock that secured it. خلينا نرجع على الضمير it. The pronoun it refers to what? Bound it ربطه. Secured it كان في أمان عليه. أمان على إيش تعمل؟ excellent اللي هي the gate. إذا it في هذا السطر بتعود على الgate. Only then did she switch on her torch and enter the numbers on the wood dial. يعني هي دخلت الأرقام. The padlock clicked open. هل تشحت في إنها تفتح القفل؟ Yes, it clicked open. Martine stared down at it. What do you mean by stared? When we say I stared down at it, يعني هي نظرت على البادلوك. Stare بمعنى to look for a long time. Okay, بمعنى يحدق النظر. Okay. Unable to believe that it had been so easy. يعني هي اكتشفت إنه إنها هي فتحت القفل كان موضوع كتير سهل. She realized that she'd been secretly hoping all along that something would happen to prevent her from going into the game reserve. إذا مارتين كانت تتمنى من داخلها إنه في شيء يحصل ويمنعها إنها تدخل على الجيم ريزيرف. She glanced. What do you mean by glance? When we say glance, to give a quick short look. يعني هي طلعت بشكل سريع over her shoulder. Once more the house stood in darkness. طلعت على البيت، كان البيت بعيد عنها وخلص هو صار ما في مجال للرجوع. Whatever happened now, there was no turning back. Okay, so here I have some words. In this paragraph, I need to know their meanings. What do you mean by over here? Again, to hear what other people are saying without their knowledge. يعني تسمع عن الناس بس هم ما بيكونوا عارفينك إنك أنت سمعت الشيء اللي حكوه. Bad lock, a small metal lock. قفل. Bind اللي ماضيها bound, to tie something. Stare, to look for a long time. يعني بنظر على شيء لوقت طويل. اوكي؟ بنظر للشيء لوقت طويل او بنسميها يحدق النظر. Glance, to give a quick short look بمعنى يلمح او ينظر بشكل سريع. So now look at the picture. What can you see? Excellent. It is the white giraffe. So this is the rare animal that was seen by Martin, and she decided to go to the game reserve in order to find it. إذا الشيء اللي شايفه أنت بالصورة يا ثامن هو الوايت جيراف، هذا الحيوان النادر اللي مارتين قررت إنها تخاطر بحياتها وتدخل للمحمية in order to find it. Okay? And now I have these two questions and I need you to help me doing them. The first one, how could Martine open the padlock? Excellent. So she overheard Tindai telling her grandmother the new code of the padlock. إذا هي سمعت تنداي وهو بخبر جدتها الكود الجديد للقفل فهي تمكنت من إنها تفتحه. What do the verbs bind and bound mean? هلا في عندنا باللغة الإنجليزية فعل اسمه bind والفعل الثاني اسمه bound. هلا bind اللي ماضيها bound معناها to tie something يربط. أما bound اللي ماضيها bounded معناها to run or jump بمعنى يقفز أو يركض. كمان مرة في شيء بيناتهم مشترك اللي هو الفيرب to من الفعل bind هو نفسه فيرب 1 للفعل bound. فكمان مرة bind اللي ماضيها bound اللي هي لما حكينا عن chain السلسلة حكينا bound the gate يعني هي كانت تربط البوابة. فهون هي مش bind اللي ماضيها bound بمعنى to tie something. أما bound لما حكينا the water bug bounded away بمعنى bounded away to run or jumped away. Okay? And now let's start reading the next paragraph to know more about Martine's trip. Martine stepped through the gate and stifled a cry of terror. Two red eyes glared at her. The bushes shook violently and water bug sprang up so close to Martine that its fur actually brushed her. With a shake of its horns, it bounded away into the blackness. Martine's heart smacked wildly against her ribcage. She tried to imagine what Tindai would do in a similar situation. Not that he was likely to be in a similar situation, but if he were, she was sure that everything would be about staying calm and thinking clearly. Focus, she thought. I have to focus. I can't do this. More than anything in the world, she wanted to find the white giraffe. Why? She wasn't sure. She just knew that she had to do it. So in these two paragraphs, we knew that Martine stepped through يعني هي دخلت إلى بوابة المحمية and she stifled a cry of terror. هي حبست دموع الخوف. So here she was scared or terrified. Okay? Two red eyes glared at her. What do you mean by the verb glare? Glare means a long angry look. يعني في كان حدا عمال بنظر إليها نظرة غاضبة. The bushes shook violently. الشجيرات اللي هم small trees. bush بمعنى شجيرة. small trees shook بماضي shake. اهتزت بعنف. And a water buck sprang up so close to Martin. Look at the picture. It is the water buck. هاي هي صورة للحيوان اللي اسمه water buck. sprang up. What do you mean by sprang up? Excellent. jumped. Okay. بمعنى قفز. so close to Martin. كان قفز في مكان كثير قريب منها. And its fur actually brushed her with a shake of its horn. يعني هو لأنه كثير كان قريب منها القرون هذا الحيوان لمستها. It bounded away. It refers to مين هو اللي قفز؟ Excellent. The water buck. The water buck bounded away بمعنى jumped away into the blackness. Martin's heart smacked wildly. هلا شو ردة فعل أي حدا بيطلع بوجه حيوان فجأة؟ إذا she was terrified لدرجة إنه حست في نبضات قلبها عمالها بتخبط أو بتضرب بسرعة. Against her rib cage. What do you mean by rib cage? هي a part of your body that protects your heart. هو جزء من جسمك اللي هو القفص الصدري اللي بيحمي القلب. Okay? She tried to imagine what Tindai would do in a similar situation. هلا صارت تتخيل لو تنداي كان مكاني ايش رح يعمل؟ Not that he was likely to be in a similar situation, but if he were, she was sure that everything would be about staying calm. يعني تحكي لو تنداي كان مكاني هو رح يحاول انه يكون هادئ. And thinking clearly. Focus بمعنى to concentrate يركز. She thought I have to focus. I can't do this. عن ايش بتحكي مارتين؟ يعني I can go into the reserve and find the white giraffe. More than anything in the world, she wanted to find the white giraffe. Why? She wasn't sure. هلا هي ما بتعرف ليش هي بدها تشوف الوايت جيراف أو ليش بتبحث عنها. She just knew that she had to do it. So again, look at these two pictures. What can you see in these two pictures? Yes, it is the water buck that sprang up when Martins entered the game reserve. Here I have a question. Quote a sentence which indicates that Martin was terrified when she went into the reserve. شو أعطيني جملة معناها إنه مارتين كانت scared, afraid or terrified when she went into the reserve. Excellent. When we say Martin's heart smacked wildly again against her ribcage. smack بمعنى to hit. Okay. يعني لما حست في نبضات قلبها عمالها تتسارع. Okay. أو تضرب بسرعة في القفص الصدري. هذا معناته إنه she was terrified or afraid. I will stop here today, my great students. In our next lesson, we are going to read the second part of this story. Thank you very much.